Howard Stern Show.
Was the most painful thing for you as a parent having to explain to your sons, to your kids, all five of them, about this whole scandal, about doping, was that the moment for you that crushed you the most and probably took you out of like even wanting to ride a bike for joy?
It's not, that, Howard and Robin, that's not a one-time conversation.
Right.
And so I have, as I said, I have 5 kids. 3 of them are older. They are 17, and I have twin girls that are 15. And then I have another set of kids that are 7 and 6 with Anna, who I've been with for a long, long time. And so they are, the older kids were old enough to kind of live it with me, and there was that conversation, and there was therapy, and there was, there was work, right?
Work meaning it ain't easy to have that discussion.
No.
So to go to a professional and have it with them there, because you've got to somehow explain to them, you still want to be a dad that says, hey, I believe in honesty.
Right.
I believe in all these things. I don't want you to do these things. But then they'll call you a hypocrite and all that other stuff, right?
And I don't want it to seem, I mean, we are in a great place.
Right.
But my older kids were old enough to follow the story before it sort of unraveled. And so before it unraveled, there was a denial that a lot of people believed, which is the problem.
Yep.
Is a big problem. But
because you were vehement in your denial.
Of course, which is, that's a whole other issue. But my children were also, they never asked me, so they just read that. And they so then there's that, look, the most important word, whether it was a fan or a fan of cycling, didn't have to be a fan of mine, was betrayal.
Yeah.
And obviously I care about my fans and the betrayal that they felt, but I care a lot more about my kids and the betrayal that they felt. I will say this, and again, great credit to Austin, Texas, and the schools there, and their friends, and the families of their friends. My kids are doing great, and so. But the interesting thing is the younger ones are growing into it. My 7 and 6-year-old, they were alive, but they didn't watch Oprah.
What the hell?
So
yeah, right.
Now they're old enough where some kid in school says, "Yo, your
dad's Lance Armstrong."
No, is your dad Lance Armstrong? It says something. So it's interesting. I talked about, not to bring it back up because I know you hate podcasts, but I did, from the 24-hour race, me and my teammates did this podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say hate podcasts, but so it got kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
And I tell the story of my 7-year-old who was in school, must have been in school, or I don't know where it was said, but he was having a conversation with his mother just weeks ago. And somehow it came up. She said, "Yeah, your dad was a professional cyclist. Was a great professional cyclist." And Max says he's 7, and he and I are best friends. He loves me to death. He says, "Yes, but he cheated."
The friend said that.
No, my son said that to his mother.
Wow.
And so that's it's going to be that. And then when they're 13, they're going to watch a documentary that was made, or they're going to watch something on YouTube, or they're going to read an old article. What do
you say? Can you say, like, I've actually apologized to my kids for some things I've done, and it's never easy, but you feel good doing it. It's like all you can say is, "Hey, I did this.
Yep.
It was wrong."
Yep.
And but then they say, "Why?"
Yeah.
What the fuck do you say?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a longer conversation when you talk about it in 2017 about. I mean, Howard, do you want to talk about what you did in the 90s to your children, with your children? Robin, do you want to talk about that? I mean, it was a long. I'm not trying to justify